Hello, this side Sabyasachi. In this lecture, we will be learning about the reinforcement learning. In my previous lectures, I have given you the brief about the supervised learning, the unsupervised learning, and in this video, I will be covering about the reinforcement learning. So, what is the reinforcement learning? A model which actually learns by interacting with the environment and receive some rewards or the penalties based on the action. So this is what we will be focusing on. Imagine you are playing a new video game. At first you do not know the rules, so you experiment. First, if you take the correct actions like the jumping over an obstacles, you score points. This is called reward, right? If you make the wrong move like hitting to the enemy, you lost your life. So this is a penalty. Over time, you learn the best moves to maximize your scores. This is the reinforcement learning. And in today's world, actually, you heard about the DeepSeek, which came from a Chinese company. They are actually using the reinforcement learning in their DeepSeek model, which is actually an open source model which you can run on your local machine. You do not have to give your own data through API to ChatGPT server, means the OpenAI server, or any other servers like Claude and Sonnet, etc. How does the reinforcement learning works? Reinforcement learning actually follows a trial and error method. It consists mainly in the three components. Number one is, as I mentioned, which is agent, the learners. For example, a robot, a self-driving car, or an AI is actually playing a game. Number two is the environment. In everything, the agent interacts with the environment, like a chessboard, a maze, or a traffic system, anything. And number third is the rewards and the penalties. The feedback the agent receives for its action. This is called the rewards or the penalties. The goal is to maximize the rewards and maximize the penalties, right? Example. So, teaching a dog trick. Suppose if you want to teach your dog how to sit, you follow this kind of steps. The steps might be differ from one another. Suppose you say sit. If the dog sits, you give it a reward. You are giving some chocolates to your dog. If the dog does not sit, you give him or her no treat. Means this will be treated as the penalty here. And the dog, number 4 step will be the dog learns that sitting leads to the reward, and so it repeats the action in the future. When you will call it as sit, the dog will sit, right? So reinforcement learning works in the same way, means the agent learns which actions lead to the reward and which actions lead to the penalties through trial and error. So here there are mainly 5 key components or 5 key concepts in reinforcement learning. Suppose the first step is the state, the current situation or the position of the agent in the environment, the action, the choices availability of the agent. Number 3 is a reward. Reward means the feedback might be positive, the feedback might be negative for an action. Number 4 is the policy, the agent's strategy for choosing the actions to maximizing the reward. And we often, number 5 step is, we often treat it as a Q value, a measure of the expected rewards for an action taken in a specific state. So there are various types of reinforcement learning. One is the positive reinforcement. When the agent takes a correct action, it is achieving the reward. Over time, this encourages the agent to repeat the good decisions. Okay, the negative reinforcement says that the agent is penalized for bad actions. Okay, so which helps it to learn what not to do. So there are various famous reinforcement algorithms are available in the market, which is widely used. The number one is the Q learning. It helps the agent to learn which actions yield the highest rewards over time, and this is actually used in the game playing AI, the game playing and in the robotics field. And another is the deep Q network, which we shortly called as DQN, which uses the deep learning with the Q learning, means which is actually used in Atari game playing AI algorithm. Okay, so there are various others also. So application of reinforcement learning, the first and the major role of this reinforcement learning is the robotics field. In the robotics field, the robots try to grasp the knowledge. There are applications of reinforcement learning are the robotics field, the self-driving cars, healthcare sector, stock market trading predictions, and some smart assistant like Siri, Alexa. These are so the biggest benefit and the biggest advantages of this reinforcement learning is it learns from the experience, right? So here also we do not need any level data. In supervised learning we need level data. In unsupervised learning also we do not need any level data. And here also in the reinforcement learning we do not need any level data. So AI models, like various AI models available, they also beaten the world champions by learning from this reinforcement learning, right? And it applies on the real world problems. As I mentioned, this is used in robotics, this is used in healthcare sector, this is used in finance, this is used in trading market, various. So what are the disadvantages? So it requires a lot of data and the computing power, and another major point is it takes a long time to learn. The agent must explore as many possibilities as possible before finding the best strategy, and it is also somewhere it is difficult to implement in certain environment. Suppose where the real world environment are complex and unpredictable. These are the basic knowledge about the reinforcement learning. I hope this video gives you a clear idea about reinforcement learning. We will be meet very soon. Thank you so much for watching this video.